Alright folks, hello and welcome to another Modern stream. Today is AmuLIT Thursday, so we're gonna be playing some AmuLIT. Yo, Seikoth! For the 15th month in a row, thank you so much for the subscription. First subscriber of the day. We appreciate the continued support. And yeah. Oh wow, Thalia TRL 2! Hell yeah, we're starting off strong today, folks. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the 8th month. Yeah, we're looking for the ever escaping no-nonsense AmuLIT list. So this is the list that I run in the super queue on Monday. I'm gonna start there, and then we're gonna see if we make some changes later on. Interesting hand. So this is a very likely turn 4 Titan on the play. Okay. What do we lead on though? Probably Ghost Quarter. Balakut is also defensible. I mean, whatever we lead on, we're gonna end up bouncing. So I guess we're gonna lead on one Ghost Quarter. It probably gives our opponent the least amount of information. Because it could be something like Eldrazi, Tron or something like that. Hey Jose, how's it going? Opponent molds to 5. Oh, fair. Whoops. Forgot to update there. Thank you for the follow. I am the heels. Appreciate that. AmuLIT Thursdays. There you go. Updated. Opponent, what's up? Roll to 5, and then keep. Hopefully it is Tron. And not something like meme brand. Basic Forest Go is the play. Okay, so now we're gonna be able to castle. So we don't have to play out Semi-Ghost Chamber, it's just good in case we draw an AmuLIT. And we also don't expose ourselves to like a Ghost Quarter or something. How have you been finding Explorers? I'm happy without them. Just feels like they're just meh. What are you playing instead of Explorer, Jose? Like, Explorer is always medium. It's never terrible. I mean, it is sometimes terrible, I guess. Like against Burn with an idol in play, it's terrible. But no Explorers, 33 lands. Yeah, I don't think I like that. No, it's just too slow. Are you playing? I guess, are you playing like more 1-drops, or are you playing more Asusas? Because Explorer Bridging the Gap has consistently been very good for me. Which is exactly what you want Explorer to do, right? You just want Explorer to bridge the gap towards Asusa or Dryad, and then you want to go for Titan. For Gracer, 1 Scout, 2 Udo to Asusa, for Dryad, for AmuLIT, for Pact, for Titan, 1 E, 1 Blue Pact. That's like 9 1-drops. But Gracer is kind of like it's a medium 1-drop, right? Because it doesn't really allow you for a turn. It doesn't really allow for a turn for Titan unless you already have a castle or an AmuLIT. So Gracer doesn't really count. Explorer is a Gracer that gets you closer to finding a land or the other things. Masumaro 3, thank you for the follow. I think that I noticed is my primetime image is going below there. There we go, that's better. Fixed. My opponent seems to be... Just gonna give them a test over there. Legendary Chaos, thank you so much for the 12 months, 1 full year. As a member of the Primetime Stronghold, thank you so much for the support, Legendary Chaos. Damn, the hype train is live. The hype train is real. Yeah, 4 castles with 8 forests. Yeah, that's fine. I am playing 4 castle myself too. No nonsense, AmuLIT, yeah. Nice, Stabs. Thank you so much for the cheer. Appreciate that. It is the hype train. All right, we got 100% of the hype train. it's level 1 is complete. Hell yeah. All right, baby. Oh, come on, opponent. They have lost connection to the game. All right, I mean, that is the not so hype part of it, but it's cool. It's cool. We can chat. How are you folks doing today? This beautiful Thursday. 1 down, 4 to go. Hell yeah. Science on the hype train. All right, that added 1%. Stabs. That added 1% to the hype train. I don't even know how the whole hype train thing really worked. Are Gracer and Ura pretty much non-negotiable? Regnexus or Dice versus Lurrus, Prowess, Burn. I think Gracer is better than Scout. I think that Gracer is just like the correct 1-drop to be playing currently. Wow, Legendary Chaos, thank you so much for gifting those tier 1 subs to MC Derp 4 and Blood Skewed. Thank you so much, Legendary Chaos. Congratulations on your brand new subscriptions, and welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, MacDerp4 and Blats Cubed. Thank you so much. Opponents having connection issues, it looks like, which makes me sad. But yeah, going back to the whole discussion, let's actually talk about this for a second. So you're gonna see that I'm playing 4 Gracers, and I'm playing Uros in the main deck as well. 2 copies of Uro. I think that Gracer right now is the better 1-drop because of how the meta is shaping up. Thank you for the cheers, Tabs. So basically, the guaranteed extra drop is great. The guaranteed extra drop. Oh, Matt Miller with the 500. Did somebody say after? Oh wow, we're always getting to the level 2. This is great. Thank you so much for the cheer, Matt Miller. Oh wow, are we gonna get there? Stabs with the 10. All right. Getting close. 15% to go. 15% to go. So Gracer actually guaranteeing the land drop is pretty huge. So we can play a 3-drop on turn 2, which is how we get ahead of the aggro decks. And then, Stabs with 150, 93%. Oh my god, this hype train is ready to leave the station, baby. And also, it's pretty good against the John decks as well, because those decks have a lot of removal for the Scout. Of course, Renan 6 is pretty great against Stacy, and also Lava Dart. All of those things really have tilted me towards preferring Gracer as the 1-drop of choice. What Jose is doing is actually pretty smart, which is just playing the 4 Gracers and the Scout on top of that. I don't dislike that at all. I think that 5 1-drops is perfectly fine. Is this the least you would play right now, getting ready to buy stuff for this? Yeah, Matt Miller. This is what I played in the Super Q, and I went 6-3. Losses were to the red-black Prowess deck. How many emotes do you have left, Stabs? For the cheer. Thank you. Wait, there's more. But yeah, this list really delivered over the weekend. We lost against Red Black Prowess. We lost against the Druid deck, which is kind of like a matchup that I decided to kind of give up on, which is fine. And then we also lost to Neobrand. So 2 matchups against which the cages that I had been playing before in my previous attempt at the no nonsense would have been great, but because I expected the metagame to be heavily slanted towards mono red, which it was. which it was. So I chose to play second bailout here, and I also chose to play the explosives in the main deck, which we see over here, and the second copy of Field of the Dead. So these could have been two Grafdigger's cages, and I might have had a better shot against the Neobrand player and the Druid player. But it was, you know, it's pretty close to that, you know. Matt Miller actually gets us. Oh wow! And Legendary Chaos with 2 more subs to George in Polo Theodoro. Thank you so much for Legendary Chaos. We made it to the level 2. Hell yeah. And we're like 50% into the level 3? Jeez. Wow. The hype train is on fire today. Holy crap. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Still need to go back and watch the rant about Neobrand. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty great value. In fact, we might be able to watch it right now. Oh, we just won the match. Never mind. Okay, cool. So we're 1-0. Not the most exciting fashion, but I mean, we're 1-0. They deserve to go to. You know what? You're right. It's time to. All aboard the hype train. All aboard the hype train. I guess the hype boat in this case. Okay, this hand looks pretty solid against the Lurrus deck. Matt Miller with with the rip cheer. Nice. Got to play Warsaw and have a good stream. Thank you, Legendary Chaos. Thank you so much for the gifts, the subs and everything. That's all so nice of you. Are we 35-0 yet? No 35-0 just now. So many cheers tabs. Wow. I guess you figure out how to use like that instead of making just a single cheer, you can make 10 small cheers, and it's a lot more annoying, which is good value, honestly. It's some pretty good value there. All right, so that's pretty good. And we're gonna see like the power of this stupid card against the red decks. Like the fact that like this guy can gain us a considerable amount of life while guaranteeing the land drop, and even sometimes it just randomly eats a bolt or something, which is huge for us because that's one bolt that we don't take to the face. Wow, all the cheers, Stabs. All the cheers. Thank you so much for the support. All right, so we're playing against. Oh, okay, so it is Prowess. Yeah, this is great for us. This is just straight up great for us. I think we're definitely gonna be winning this game pretty easily. If your opponent doesn't have a creature to clock you with, it's so much easier to beat these decks. And our opponent, like 3 turns have gone by and our opponent has still not played a creature. I guess now it's going to be the 3rd turn and they're going to play creature now. The percentages go up higher if you... Oh, is that true? You found the loophole? Nice. Nice. We call it a loophole, right? Well, in reality, it's just getting more value. I'm just gonna chomp with the Grazer here. No need to put the Dryad in risk. If our opponent wants to like bolt the Dryad and then like sacrifice a land to Lava Dart the Dryad again, that is just great value for us. So I'm definitely into that. Loophole. All the ones. Where am I from? I'm originally from Argentina, born and raised in Argentina, but I live in Los Angeles, the west coast of the US. Thank you, man, for the cheer. Man, I can get used to this soundtrack right here. Wow, they're bolting my face instead of the Dryad. All right. So I guess we're going to win this game very, very easily, which is good for us. I like winning very, very easily. I think I'm going to Udo here first, because I might draw into an untapped land, which would allow me to play the Dryad as well. Or we can just do that. That's a lot better. So let's play this fella. Then we're going to play this fella. Then this fella. Now we get to draw a card here. Okay, this has to go here. Level 2 hype train emote. Thanks everybody for all the support. For getting that hype train ready to go over there. Might as well get in there for value. Choo choo indeed. Seneise? Sí, Seneise, Paulo. Seneise. Are you currently on the Karn package? No. I think the Karn package is very bad against this kind of decks, which are taking over the format, so no Karn. Which makes me sad, because Karn is my favorite way to build AmuLIT, but I also like winning, so... I think that here we actually can block. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. What? Alright, so our opponent's dead. So the second AmuLIT just doesn't matter, and I'd rather just get more Valakut triggers. So we're just gonna go with this. They have 0 cards left in hand, so this is just very, very lethal. My opponent agrees. Alright, so we want this, we want this, we want the Balos. And the Courser. And some number of dismembers. Can cut on some Explorers, cut the Ghost Squatter, and cut the Cavern of Souls. Shave 1 pact is good. We want the Udos. Yeah, everything else is great. So after my testing, I found that donating 100 bits got the hype train up 5%, but donating 10 bits brings it up 1%. So apparently donating 10 bits at a time levels up the hype train more per bits. Wow, interesting. Interesting. I don't know how that translates to money in my pocket, but I don't know. Long time YouTube watcher, finally catching. Oh, thank you. I am the Heels. Welcome to the stream. I just want to say that I think you're one of the most important MTG. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. How positive, welcoming your attitude is. Thanks for the hours of content. Also, can you explain what AmuLIT has using cut steerings? Yes. First of all, thank you so much for your words. I really appreciate it. Second of all, why AmuLIT cut steerings? So, to begin with, AmuLIT wasn't a great steerings deck, right? When we look at great steerings decks like KCI, like Tron, for example, those steerings is really, really good in those decks because the chances of whiffing with those steerings there is very, very minor. Here, right now, we would usually be cutting lands in order to make room for steerings, right? So we're talking about usually like 32 to 36, maybe. Actual targets when we count the 4 amulets and then maybe like 29 lands or something like that, between 28 and 29. So already like the amount of hits that you get are a lot smaller. Then when you add Explore, and with the printing of Castle, the printing of Castle specifically brought the necessity of having AmuLIT in order to win the game a lot smaller, because you can Titan earlier a lot more effortlessly, right? This hand is great, by the way. So what that does is basically now we get to But by having Explore, we have access to a turn 3 Titan or turn 4 Titan a lot more reliably. And so that means that you don't need AmuLIT as much, so the value of steerings goes a lot lower. And steerings also whiffs a non-zero amount of the time with AmuLIT. It's not that great, basically. So also in matches like that, for example, we don't really have that much time to go nuts cantripping and stuff. So it makes our stuff a little bit faster, basically. So what am I gonna do here? So I think I bog. Next turn, we AmuLIT into castle. And then we're going to play Grazer and play a bounce in the bog, and that allows us to Titan on 3, which should probably be, if not enough to win the game, should be pretty damn close. I miss Once Upon a Time. Yeah, Once Upon a Time was totally different because Once Upon a Time doesn't take you time, right? Like, it didn't take up. Like, you could just Once Upon a Time and do kind of like do everything in the same with the minimum amount of mana requirements. Steerings requires time. Once Upon a Time didn't. Gonna draw wire. Dryad, you're gonna see. Yeah, Dryad unfortunately doesn't fit in this curve, which sucks a little bit. Because I'm just gonna play my Titan here. Love it that weird metagames where bannings are possible, necessity and AmuLIT drop in nonsense. Yeah, exactly. I am the heels. Thank you, Jeff Cat, for gifting a tier 1 sub to I Am the Heels. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold I Am the Heels, and thank you so much for the support, Jeff Cat. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody's support. I know that, you know, it's rough, right? It's rough. Like the times are rough right now, and I really appreciate everybody's support. It means a lot to me, and it allows me to continue doing what I'm doing. So thank you a lot. So what are we gonna do here? We just destroy them here, right? Completely and utterly destroy them. We already have a second Titan rolled up and ready to go too. Jeez. My opponent just doesn't want to play anymore. Oh my. If you play Bounce into Grazer into Bounce, could you have played Dryad? Yes, I could have, but it doesn't put me ahead on line drops, right? Because I need to bounce the bounce land. SBS 0311. So because it doesn't put me enough on, it doesn't put me ahead on land drop. It exposes the Dryad to get answered, and it doesn't guarantee the value, right? Like with what was going to happen is I was going to attack with that Titan, and then I was going to get Valakut plus a bounce land, bouncing something else. We're going to have enough lands in play that I can trigger Valakut, and then I was going to play my Dryad and kill the cat, and at that point there's no way that we can lose. Probably playing against the Lurrus deck because everybody's playing the Lurrus deck. Yep. Lurrus it is. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this hand. And I think I'm going to shock on 1 to play this AmuLIT. If my opponent is playing a Discard Spell deck, this plays around it. And if we find a bounce land, we're gonna be in amazing shape. And if we don't, we still can like put a blocker into play and stuff. Okay, so it is the red deck. Okay, so this is actually burn. This is not Prowess, which is good for us. So because we drew Udo, I think I'm just going to copy my breeding pool here. And again, the best draw we can find is a bounce land. Bingo. So we're gonna bounce this here. And well, we just hold on to the Grazer, and this Grazer means the next turn we can cast our Titan, which should win the game. So that's cool. Yeah, SBS. Questions always welcome. I try to be as good as I can possibly be with explaining my lines and my thought processes and stuff. So if there's something that I missed, of course, I encourage you to bring it up. Unless they have a main deck answer to this amulet, this game should be over. If we Udo, we can't Titan, unfortunately. Just Titan, it is so good. Just Titan on 3 with a blocker is just so good for us. Like, unless they have an answer to the amulet, we should be good to go here. And because we have the second prime time here, we can safely go for the haste line. I think I want to hold the bounce line in hand. What are we gonna get on the attack trigger? On the attack trigger, we're going to get Simic Growth Chamber and probably Radiant Fountain. If this is double Lightning Bolt, then we are just in amazing shape. Which could be. So we're gonna have to pay for Pact with these two lands. So I guess we're just gonna bounce this one. So yes, here. Simic Growth Chamber plus... We cannot trigger Field and we're not even close to triggering Field. So I think I'm just going to get Radiant Fountain here. We're gonna get to recast the Euro, like our opponent just cannot win anymore. Boros Charm, yeah, this just doesn't matter. We just don't need the Simic, we don't need the field value, and also we have two lands with the same name, so we can't get value from field, unfortunately. I'm considering bouncing this. Nah, I just bounce the Stronghold. Like, there's no way that they can deal 16 damage to us here. It's just not a thing that can realistically happen, so... Simply not a thing that can realistically happen. While they answer my Primeval Titan, yeah, this game is done. We are done here. Can you play a hasty Euro next turn if they don't scoop? The problem with playing a hasty Euro is that we actually... Wait, what? A hasty Euro is not lethal? Like, they have to... Okay, screw the critics. That makes sense. Also, we're one short, unfortunately. I mean, it's not like we can lose this game anyway, right? Yeah, we're one card short of getting back the Udo. But we can get back the Udo next turn. We just packed for nothing. So the cat doesn't matter at all. So we just get Pact of Negation here. Pact for Azusa. Yeah, I guess that would have worked. But then we probably would have not been able to haste. Maybe there was a line. Yeah, we could have pacted for Azusa, yeah. That would have given us... No, because we would have needed to also transmute. So I think we wouldn't... That would have been +3 mana. Can we haste both? I don't think we can haste both, right? That's sad. We can cast both, but we cannot haste both. Feels bad, man. Feels bad that we cannot overkill our opponent, man. So unlucky. Not being able to overkill our opponent. Corsair, Baloths. Rexage is a big question mark in this matchup. I think they have. I think they do have Eidolon. He's tapped that Udo for the value. Just packed, failed to find, play Udo. Get him. Just get him. I think I'm not gonna be bringing in the Rexage. Maybe with Punished. Hasty Aura is lethal. They were at 11, unfortunately. Hasty Aura only swings for 8. Make them suffer for removing Karn from the meta. Yeah, this is just revenge. This is just revenge. Give me back the Great Creator. All I want is the Great Creator. Against Burn, I don't think Field of the Dead is as good as it is against Prowess, because they often just don't kill you with their creatures, while Prowess needs to kill you with their creatures. They might have enough burn in their deck to just burn you out, but it's close, right? What's wrong with Revenge? Revenge is great. It's better served cold though. And this is lit, so that's the only problem with Revenge. No Karn is another reason not to run steerings. Yeah, exactly. No, of course. Yeah, I explained that. If you want to... Actually, it's... I wrote an article about that, so you can check that out. It's on my Patreon, but it is it's free. Like, it's not behind the paywall, so... There's a lot of exclusive content in my Patreon, but that article that I wrote is actually available for everybody. This hand is on the slightly greedy side. The fact that we're gonna get to have a 0-3 and then play an Uro on turn 2, it's pretty exciting. Hey, how's it, man? How's it going? Need to put more Snowlands in for a cold revenge? Yeah, exactly. Eidolon. I guess they are playing Eidolon. Well, that's a great draw. So we're only getting one of this Udo, but I mean, you see the power of this card, right? Like, this just innocuous card is just doing so much work right now. Oh, that was bad. I should have bounced the Cavern of Souls there. Because I cannot cast the Baloth now. That was a pretty big misstep, actually, because if we draw an ETB tap land, we're not gonna be able to cast it to play it, because we want to Baloth. So I might have time walked myself there. I was too busy laughing about the situation that I forgot to play correctly. Whoops. You've been doing poorly with AmuLIT lately? I cannot say the same. How's I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I simply cannot say the same. Huh. So they just go phase with everything instead of pointing a removal spell at the Grazer. I don't think I'm going to take... If we draw an ETB tap land, we're going to get super punished for not playing this Amulet here. But it is pretty likely that our opponent has some number of like Smash to Smithereen style cards. And like, I don't want to enable them. Like, we're sitting at 16. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, that was not close. Just gone downhill since Monday. Brutal. I mean, it happens sometimes, right? Like we've seen it on stream, like that every now and then I just spend like a couple of days not doing very well, but it's okay. I don't want to be playing in the meta with Lurrus, so I don't play Modern. I mean, Seiko, I think that the meta with Lurrus is great for us, but I mean, if you don't like it. Been doing super well with Amulet except when I run into Iset Rhinos, which I've been seeing more. Yeah, that deck is pretty brutal for us. This unfortunately is too slow, so I'm gonna ship it. This hand is a lot better. I guess not a lot, but it is better. We're still looking for lands. We're on the draw though, so we're more likely to find lands. Turn 1 Matter Shaper? Chat, how the hell am I supposed to beat this? I mean, if they have a turn 2 Thought Knot to go along with the Turn 1 Matter Shaper, that's pretty good. Okay, that is actually pretty solid. I'm not gonna make a joke out of this one. Like, my opponent has like the nuttiest of nut draws. Yep, they take the Amulet correctly here with this hand. Correctly taking the Amulet makes a lot of sense. That's actually an amazing draw, because now we can explore into Grazer. Well, I guess that's a lot better. Well, do you have another Thought Knot, opponent? Because otherwise you're very dead. Oh, wow. That's how they play around that. So our opponent had like the absolute nut draw. The best possible draw ever. Yeah. So we bounce this, we play Grazer, play Forest. I mean, they still need more. They still need more because we're going to take over next turn very easily. I mean, MTGO just hates me. I can either always be short in mana for Titan or just never find Titan. I mean, that just happens. It's just something that sometimes might happen. Oh, it's Tron. They also have this masher? Wow! Our opponent's draw was ridiculous. That's insane. Opponent just had the nuttiest of draws. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Boros Garrison, Stronghold. So we're going to block here and block. We're going to have to chump block with the Dryad. So right now we're at 4 lands. Fountain plus Valakut. If I Fountain plus Valakut, I cannot cast this Dryad and I just die on board. So that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out here. Yeah, so it's either that line, which I die to Dismember. I guess I cannot beat Dismember, right? But at least that line beats... We die to Walking Ballista. Oh, Valakut plus Vesuva is the line. No, it isn't. No, it isn't because we cannot copy. Like, we copy a bounce land, but we have to bounce another bounce land, or we have to bounce another land, I guess. So that doesn't really help us. Vesuva doesn't work either. So, like, the question is, would we rather gain 2 life, which will allow us to survive the attack from the Mad Reshaper, we chomp the Thought Knot, and we block the Smasher. We die to second Smasher. The problem is that if I make my opponent gain... If I make my opponent draw a card with a Reshaper, they might draw closer towards the answer. So that's what presents a little bit of a problem there. We can't beat Dismember. Like, there's a lot of things that we can't beat here. I think I'd rather gain the life. If we draw Dryad, we don't need to draw the Dryad. Next turn we attack with the Titan and we just win. So I think I'm gonna choose to go for the line. Gaining life loses to Ballista. I just really don't want to kill my opponent's Matter Reshaper because there's so many ways that backfires. If they find another Reshaper, that backfires. If they find a Dismember, like I'm drawing them closer to Dismember, which we can't beat, I think I'm just gonna gain life. Yeah. Too bad that we're exactly a land short of triggering field. We were 1 mana off of actually casting the Dryad before attacks, which would have allowed us to get a Crumbling Vestige to haste the Titan. But if we had had battlements, we would have been able to make zombies, but we would have only been able to make 4 zombies, and we'd have been dead to the Smash. Okay, so our opponent just had it. Cool. So we couldn't have beaten the Dismember there, but because I was playing Stronghold instead of Battlements, my opponent's Trampling Smasher cannot attack through my prime time, so I can just block. If I had Battlements, then my Titan would be tapped, and I would have been able to get 2 zombies, but then my opponent would have been able to attack. I would have blocked here, and I would have taken lethal from the Smasher. So yet another example. Another example of Stronghold being better than Battlements. Yeah, they had the nuttiest of nut draws. Like, our opponent's draw was probably beat amongst like the 5% of draws that Eldrazi Tron can have. Like the top 5%, maybe even top 3% or something. Yeah, they had literally everything. I'm not too worried though. Like this, I still believe this matchup is pretty good for us. Like the only way that they win is when they actually have a draw like the one that we just saw. $69 viewers, nice, nice. Great value, great value. Wizard stop being jerks and pretty double strike land that also gives haste for only 2 mana. I know. I'm very hopeful for the next set. Definitely missed opportunity in Ikoria. Sure. Gonna keep this. So turn 1 Shock Breeding Pool. Turn 2 we're gonna play Udolf, this Crumbling Vestige. Green, blue, castle. Okay. So if we draw a green bounce land, we just Titan next turn. A land companion would be cool. Land companion might be a little bit too good. Green bounce off the top, 1 time. Easy. Can't haste, obviously, because we naturally drew our Slayer Stronghold, which is kind of awkward. But I think we're still in fine shape. The only way that we lose here is if we somehow get nutted. So we're just gonna get a Ghost Quarter here. Not gonna allow my opponent to have turn 3 Tron, which is the only way that we can possibly lose this game. They get their wastes, it's fine. Please Thought Not Seer me now. Does Eldrazi Tron play Karn? Yeah, it does. Yes! Got him! And look at that, my opponent had the Natty Tron. Too good, man. Too good. Holy crap. So we transmute for Dryad, play Radiant Fountain, play Dryad, attack Valakut plus Vesuva, kill this. Yeah, this game is over. We're done here. We are done. We also get to trigger field. Pretty good. Pretty good. Do you see that land sequencing over there? Just shocking on turn 1 for the breeding pool. Right? Shocking on turn 1 so we can enable the Uro on 2. Just playing correctly, chat. Just playing properly. Playing properly and getting handsomely rewarded by that. Till opponent to a knowledge in chat who has the better nuts. I mean, I have the better nuts. They're right here. They're really good. Big fan of these nuts. What would you use in place of Courser in the sideboard? Why you don't want to play Courser? So Courser is a grindy card that I can bring in against the aggressive strategies. If you can give me another aggressive card that I can bring in against the aggressive strategies, I will consider it. Punishing Waterfalls, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we played a great game yesterday against Punishing Waterfalls. Actually, it was pretty amazing. Is this a new sponsor? No, this is just Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is great. So we're going to turn one Forest into AmuLIT, because if we even if we draw a Boros Garrison, we can still Dryad onto. Trader Joe's getting free advertising. Yeah, of course. But Trader Joe's is great, so. Why not play out the Grazer? What does it do for us? I'm trying to protect this AmuLIT from a Thought-Knot Seer and from a Chalice on 1. Because I'm trying to protect this AmuLIT from a Chalice on 1, which my opponent might have on turn 2. If not on turn 1. I don't care about having a Grazer in play, and there's no rush for me to play out the Dryad. But there is kind of a rush to play out the AmuLIT under a Chalice. Just show the natural, I don't listen to chat, yeah. So it's like, what would I rather play around? Like, if I don't draw a land, then I can play a Dryad and I can get no value at all from it, right? But if my opponent plays a Chalice, then I need 2 lands. Like, a bounce land just doesn't do it anymore. So I'm limiting my own draws. So I think it's more important for me to resolve this AmuLIT than it is to resolve this Dryad on turn 2, basically. Like, if we play the Dryad on turn 2 or 3, it doesn't change. It doesn't change anything, really. Hi, 1234. Thank you for the follow. So we already won the Tron match. I thought it was game 1. No, this is game 3. This is game 3. You can look at if you look at the screen up there, you see that there's under the Primeval Titan, there's a little like Karn thingy, and it says game 3 over there. It says that we're 3-0, that's our record in the league, and then it says that we're currently in game 3 this match. Oh, peace, toilet. Yeah, they're really tanking on this multi 5. You're good, 5, Arta. So if this were a game 1... If this were a game 1 and we're on the draw... I mean, if we're on the play, I think I would actually go with your line. If we were on the play. Being on the draw, I'm probably going to choose... Like, there are some decks where playing the AmuLIT on 1 is better, and there are some decks against which playing a Grazer into Dryad on 2 is a lot better. Like, for example, against all the burn decks, I would much rather go turn 1 Grazer into turn 2 Dryad than I would play turn 1 AmuLIT, right? But against the Eldrazi Tron matchup in particular, especially when, you know, they're probably going to try to Chalice me. Just asking my opponent whether everything is okay. There we go. They finally figure it out. Turn 1 Chalice. Alright, I mean, that's pretty good. Okay. That's pretty good for them. Definitely. Maybe that's why they took too long. Maybe they were looking me up on Twitch. Maybe. Who knows? Stubbs, thank you so much for the yet another cheer. Thank you so much. Qualifier was a bummer playing against from Slack. Yeah, exactly. We agree there. Had to get that even 1,000 for the month. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, we're just gonna take it slow. Just turn 1 field, turn 2 Lurrus, turn 3 Dryad plus Fountain. And if we find something like a Rex Sage, honestly, if we find something like a Rex Sage, we might not even blow up this Chalice. We might want to save it for Ensnaring Bridge. I definitely want to play T-West on 2 because there is a non-zero chance that I might want to Udo on turn 2. On turn 3, I mean. Yeah, Karn has my back against Chalices. Reshaper. Okay. So that should be just game there. Because we're gonna bounce this. Now next turn we make our two land drops and then we just play a Titan. I guess our opponent could have landed to Thought Knot here. Or Dismember. Dismember counts. That is really good for them. Still thinking, oh, that's an awful draw. That's brutal. Another bounce. Another prime time. Well, just need to play into that tech edge. The good thing is that if my opponent tech edges me, that means that they cannot Thought Knot me. So at this point, actually, the best thing I can have, my opponent needs to draw a Thought Knot here. Because if they draw a Thought Knot, that means that they're not going to tech edge me. Yes! Yes! So they take one of my Titans, and then we Titan them with the other one. Ah, this is great. This is too great. Does EE still kill a Hex Trinket that is for everything? Yes, it does. Oh, this is great. This is awesome. This is good stuff. I love this. Okay. So we're gonna get to a trigger field. I think I want to go Squatter or Tech Edge, just so I don't have to worry about it. So like, there's nothing that matters from their deck. Even, I guess another Dismember would maybe matter. So I think I'm going to... I think I am going to go Squatter them, though. No, Dismember doesn't matter. Like, we just have field going now. So as long as we have field going, we're just going to win this game very, very easily. So, yeah. Let's do that. Next turn, we can even transmute, so I guess my opponent would need a Ghost Squatter. They would need another Chalice, I guess. That was really funny, though. That was really, really funny. How, like, my opponent kind of got themselves there. That's hilarious. Block, block, block. I think this is just my opponent giving up. I just throwing the game. There's no combination of cards they can draw off this Reshaper plus the card they have in hand that wins in this game. So when you're lucky 8th, but find someone better than you, luckier than you, yeah. Can we feed the Euro now? Well, we can feed the Euro now. We can just throw stuff into the chalice. Wow. So my opponent is officially the luckiest one, right? Can we say that they are officially the luckiest one? Imagine being as lucky as our opponent is. Just imagine. Imagine being that lucky. I mean, how lucky can a person be realistically, right? Imagine being this lucky. Bring back Colony Garden. Colony Garden getting under bridge. A classic move. Blown up Chalice and kill them with Grazer? No, because we. I mean, I guess that no, because we wouldn't have. We don't have a stronghold in play. Feels bad, man. When you want the Tron player to draw Thought Nuts here, yeah, I know, right? I could have gotten it. Yeah, I guess I could have naturally drawn it. You're true. You're right, you're right. Easy 5-0. I mean, it was a medium. It was a medium easy 4-0. I don't know if it's going to be an easy 5-0, but... Any tips for beginners with Titan? Great question, high up. That's an amazing starting point. That video is pretty old, but it covers all the basics. It covers like it covers basic interactions. It covers like sequencing and stuff like that. It covers a lot. And then there's parts 2 and part 3 that you can check out in my YouTube channel. So that is definitely where you want to be starting. This hand is not very good. It's going to take forever until we start triggering this Valakut. Down to 6. This hand is good. So we bottom the Uro, and this is a turn 4 Titan on the play. Even just with the cards that we're given here. So that's great. Any questions? Any tips for finding a wife? Oof. You've seen it? I mean, so there's like 1, 2, 3. There's parts 1, 2, 3. And if you want to play Magic Online, I also made another video. And besides that, the other tip is just like goldfish a lot, just like play a lot. Get familiar with the sequences, get familiar with like what matters, like what possibilities you have, all that kind of stuff. This is not a great hand against Nauseam, unfortunately. Key Machine, thank you for the follow. Is there made in the Sultai version some abrupt case Space Secret get drop from grinding, or is it just too slow on an and I need to raise? No, I think that like every splash that you want to add to the deck has a very real cost, which is your cost inconsistency. Some might even say, some folks out there might say that it's a cost instancy, but I don't want to go there, you know. Now, in talking seriously though, it is It is. You are every little bit of clunkiness that you add to the deck, you are hurting your win percentage somewhere else. So if you want to be doing something like that, you need to make sure that you know what you're doing. So best thing we can draw here, engineered explosives or Pact of Negation would be the best, I guess. Pact of Negation is the straight up best. And then we go from there. No Pactorino though. No Pactorino. No AmuLIT in this hand is going to make it just a little bit too slow. I don't think we're going to be able to get there. So you can trigger some zombies here, but I don't think we can set up lethal for next turn. So I definitely want to make sure that I have a second blue source. And I guess another source. So we're going to be able to get 6. So 6 plus 2 is going to be 10. I'm trying to see if there's any way that I can set up lethal for next turn. I think we might just be dead next turn, but still, I'm trying to see if there's any way that we can set up lethal just by making enough zombies. I don't think so, unfortunately. So we're just going to do this. Mechint 49170. Thank you for the follow. This matchup seems interesting. I think it's a medium matchup for us. It's not great. So I made 1 land drop, 2 land drops, 3 land drops. And we're kind of dead here if our opponent has it. Good tip for Tiny is not to get functionally fixed. Sometimes there are weird, complicated lines that you will only ever see once or twice, but seeing those makes a difference. But yeah, exactly. So our opponent just has it. What would I say is the best deck right now? Red Black Prowess. Alright, so they just had it. Not really much else to say about this game in particular. I'm just gonna look to see which kind of version they're running. Usually, like Thassa Circle has become kind of stuck. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't even know that Spells had a new art. Which set is that from? Like Ultimate Master, I guess, or Infinite Masters, whatever. Okay, so they're just playing the 4th Oracles, I guess. Red Black Prowess is not how you pronounce AmuLIT, yeah. 1 land short. Yeah, I guess 1 bounce land short of transmuting for a pack there. They left 1 card. I wonder why. Like, they literally have 2 Pact of Negations in hand. Like, what are they playing around? I miss Karn for the Adnos matchup. Yeah, Karn really helps the Nauseam matchup by a lot. By a hell of a lot. So the Uros can go, Bulk can go. Explosive is pretty slow, but it's kind of okay. What made me change to decklist without Karn? The metagame. That's it. Karn's fight against Prowess and Lurrus. Yep, exactly. Again, I wrote an article about all of that, so you can check that out. It's free for everybody that wants to read it. Yeah, I was winning too much with Karn, and Wizards was like, well, we have to stop this guy. We have to stop this guy. Everybody just says, everybody that plays AmuLIT doesn't like Karn, but this guy just keeps winning with it, so we have to stop him so we can make it so that everybody else is right about Karn being bad in AmuLIT. Love this. Don't love the fact that this is a turn 5 Titan at the earliest. Okay, that's a lot of counter magic. I kind of like that a little bit more. I think I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to bottom one of these negates. I guess I could bottom the pact, actually. Because like whenever I finally Titan, I'm not going to be able to hold up both. We might get punished if I just draw a natural Titan, but... But this, like having access to a second negate means that we probably can just like counter like an unlife or something earlier in the game, which is kind of nice. They're kind of doing nothing over there, though. No fast mana, no artifact mana. I think I do counter artifact mana. So like if they have a Pentat Prism or something, I think I just negate it. Nothing, huh? Okay. Can you please do something, opponent? Thank you. Was starting to get annoyed by them not doing anything. Veil? They brought Veil against me? Jesus. Why would I play GQ? Because I can still Titan next turn if I want. That was a pretty good draw there. Even now I can still Titan the problem. I mean, I just need to GQ myself, which sucks, but... So we kind of died to a pact here, which sucks. They just have all the veils. Alright, opponent, you got me. Well, YOLO. What would you bring in against Rakdos and Earth? I don't know what your sideboard looks like, so I don't know. I probably have like an idea of like what you mean. Yeah. All right. We just got owned. Not much to do though. Like we had, yeah, we just. Our opponent just had like double Veil of Summer to counter both of our negates. It's what it is. They named Thassa's Oracle, and now they're going with the second one. They're going to name a card that's not in their deck, and then they're going to play a Thassa's Oracle. They're just going to win. Yeah, we can beat. I mean, we could have beaten this if we just had drawn like an Amulet or something. But it's fine. I don't think Nauseam is that bad of a matchup. I think that it has gotten worse. I think that the matchup used to be a lot better before. But the new versions with like Thassa Circle and like that win condition are a lot better. But I still think the matchup is just it's just okay for us. It's not great. Like I don't think that we're advantaged, but I think it's just fine. But yeah, our opponent's draws were just a little bit too good for us, which will happen, and it's fine. We went 4-1, which is pretty solid. I do like this list a lot, and we're going to take it for another spin. So we'll see you after this break. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.